Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and this morning, I'm coming to you a little earlier than typical because I'm on my way. I'm on my way to celebrate uh, Dr. Martin Luther King holiday, an observance this day here in the St. Louis metropolitan area, where the Metro East, the NAACP Metro East, is having the breakfast that is hosted at my church. And so I wanted to have this morning manna a little earlier and not wait because actually it starts at 8 o'clock. And I typically would do morning manna at 8 o'clock. But let me just get to the point. The point of the matter is that I needed to do this special morning manna because it is critical. And I call this morning's manna special edition President Trump's inauguration and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, a collision, and I mean it. It is a collision of American values. It is a collision of American values. Let me say it again. Today is a contradiction. It is a paradox. It is. And someone, all of us, need to speak to this moment. Going to speak and greet a couple of people. Then I'm going to get right into the manna because I have a lot to say that the Lord has dropped in my spirit to say on this morning. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Brother Pope. Good morning, CC. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? Z, how are you? This morning is a collision of American values. On one hand, and I'm going to give you the text, the talk, and the takeaway, but let me set the stage. On one hand, we have clearly been told through the life of this country that we are a country of values, that we are a country of morals, we are a country of laws. But yet today, the country will inaugurate a convicted criminal. Why is that such a big deal, Bishop? Why is that such a big deal? Because I know that there are men whose faces and pigmentation and melanin is that of mine and cannot get a job because of their convictions of lesser crimes. But now we will make and give the job of the highest job in the country, one can argue, in the universe, on the earth, at a minimum, to someone who has evaded, eluded, did everything with the help of the Supreme Court being immune from laws to do anything that he so chooses to do. I will speak out and will speak to this moment. It has to be spoken to because this is a contradiction. We've been told in America, it's all about the laws. There's laws above men. Not today. Not today. Today, that's wiped away with a whitewash. Indeed. Today, we inaugurate white supremacy. We officially make it alive if it ever has gone away. Today. And it just so happens to be on the day that we would celebrate and have an observance of a man who was on the complete opposite of that. So let me give you the text, the talk, and the takeaway. And I got to hurry off to the breakfast observance at my church this morning, held by the Metro East of the NAACP. The text is this: Amos 5:24, the NIV translation. But let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never failing stream. Today marks a striking juxtaposition in American history: the inauguration of President Donald Trump and the observance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy. One event underscores a platform of nationalism, white supremacy, division, belittling, diminishing, and all out no character. The other, a pursuit of justice and unity, where character trumps everything. These events serve as a profound reminder of the ongoing tensions between America's proclaimed ideals and its actual practices. We're talking out of both sides of our mouth, America. Both sides. Both sides. We are two-faced it today. We are. We are. On one side, we say one thing, and on another side, we inaugurate the exact opposite. Dr. King once declared, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and injustice will be inaugurated today. Amos echoed the sentiment centuries earlier. Listen, calling for justice to flow freely and unceasingly and increasingly. Now, there's a stagnant puddle, but a mighty cleansing river. Listen, the challenge before us is this: how do we honor the call of righteousness and justice in a nation that is still wrestling and has not come to terms with its original sin of enslaving my great great grandparents and never coming to terms with that and giving the sufficient response to that? You cannot in any way then say you're no longer enslaved and start there. And there's no reparations, there's no anything, no truth conference, none of that. The challenge before us in this country is this: how do we honor the righteousness and the call to justice by King and the call to division, belittle, and belittling on the other hand, where a person is now immune per the Supreme Court to whatever they do, as long as they do it in the name of the country? Three things I want to add to this. One, there's a contradiction in character. There's a contradiction in character. The celebration of a leader often accused of undermining and marginalizing communities alongside of a holiday of a leader who did the exact opposite, died championing those very individuals. It highlights the moral decay and demise, collision and crossroads that we are in. Are we building, let me ask the question, are we building barriers or bridges? Second thing is this: there is a clashing of visions. There's a clashing of visions. On one hand, we have this vision of Christian nationalism. On one hand, we have this vision of America, great again, back again. On whose back? Whose greatness? Defined by who? It reflects either there's a dream or a nightmare. Here's the third thing: there's a call to action, there's a contradiction in character, there's a clash of vision, and there is a call to action. Justice is not passive. Dr. King urged this, and I quote: the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Yet it cannot bend on its own. So from Uncle Tom, Snoop Dogg's, and Nelly's to pastors who do not see the leveraging of morality against their own cause, whose faces look like mine, it doesn't come without an effort. So what's your takeaway on this morning in which we are saying that President Trump's inauguration and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday observance is a collision of American values? It's this: listen, let today's collision remind you that justice demands action. Commit to making righteousness flow in your life, your community, and prayerfully in this nation. Stand where kings stood and echo the drum major's beat. There's a blackout today, as far as I'm concerned, at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. This bishop will not be watching television, and I encourage you to do the same. Share this, man. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you. Happy King Day. Bye now.